Hey guys, this is Substitute Topher here for TheTopher, and today we're driving the 2023 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro, the most hardcore off-road Sequoia that they currently make. This is brand new for the 2023 model year. We've been dealing with the same Sequoia since 2008, so it was certainly time for a bit of a refresh, and this is a totally new generation. Everything is brand new, just like the new Tundra. This particular car is finished in white with cockpit red interior. This is the brightest red I've ever seen in an SUV of this size. We've got some pretty cool like urban camo design behind our perforation there. You can see that pretty well in the back seat. I hope that shows up well on camera. Otherwise though, we've got quite a few goodies on this TRD Pro that are different from just the normal Sequoia. This is going to be an off-roading video today. Toyota has set up an off-road course for us to show off the capabilities of this TRD Pro Sequoia. So we'll go ahead, hop out, take you for a walk around this TRD Pro, show you what it looks like on the outside. We'll do a brief tour of the interior, and then we'll go out and do some off-roading. So before all of that, let's hop out and take a look around it. Ooh, it's a little muddy. Try not to destroy my shoes today. So as you can see, this one has already been around the off-road course a couple times, but this TRD Pro trim looks quite a bit different than just the normal Sequoia. We've got the TRD Pro trim there on the hood. We've got these special 18-inch forged BBS wheels with TRD center caps. We've got some Falcon all-terrain tires. We've got Fox shocks. We've got a standard rear locking differential and terrain control. We also have the Heritage Grill, or whatever they like to call this, Toyota Script Grill with the 3 orange lights. I think that looks absolutely awesome. Honestly, in my opinion, this TRD Pro is the most attractive trim of the new Sequoia. I think it really brings out all of the muscular design of it and just takes it up to the next level. So this new generation of Sequoia, very, very similar to the Tundra. In fact, it shares quite a few pieces. We've got the Tundra frame, Tundra hood, Tundra fenders, and even the headlights are carried over from the current generation Tundra. So it's really like a Tundra SUV. One thing to note for this Sequoia is that unlike a lot of other cars in this segment, it has a live rear axle. It does not have independent rear suspension. So we'll have to see how that behaves on the off-road course today and see if that really affects anything. We've got dual exhaust out of one side on the back here. You can see those black exhaust tips and hear that idle. Pretty cool. Take a quick peek in the back. We won't do a full tour. If you're curious to get a more in-depth interior tour on this Sequoia, make sure you check out the video that I just filmed on the capstone trim. That is the top of the line luxury trim level of the Sequoia, and I show you how to work everything in here, and it's a lot more in-depth. But today we're just going to be doing some off-roading. But one thing you should know is that every Sequoia comes standard with third row seating, and you can see that back here. They are power fold seats. Do a pretty good job here. Man, they have gotten this one nice and dirty for us today. All right, we'll go ahead and fold this back down, and we'll go hop up front. Lots of black accents on this TRD Pro package, as opposed to the chrome accents you get on some of the other trim levels of the Sequoia. We'll take a quick peek into the back seat just so you can get a better look at this red interior, how it's carried through to the door panels. Just a really, really cool spec on this truck. All right, let's hop up front and we'll go through some of the different drive modes and terrain settings for this TRD Pro Sequoia. So up front, you get a completely different steering wheel than you get on the normal Sequoia. You can see our 12 o'clock mark is here detailed in red. We've got a fully perforated leather steering wheel, and we have our TRD badge here at the bottom. You also get a unique TRD shift knob with some red on it there. And with this cockpit red interior, you get so much red. There's even red on the dashboard. Huge chunky Toyota badge there on the dash. I think that is a nice touch. It just reminds the passenger that they're riding in a Toyota constantly. Rearview mirror is also a camera. And we've got quite a few different options for camera view as well. And you'll see that once we're in our off-road settings, it'll highlight those a little bit better. So this whole setup down here looks a little bit different than the normal Sequoia. We can push these buttons to change what this knob does. So you can have normal drive modes, your terrain modes, your crawl mode, or your tow haul. So when you're just in normal drive mode, it takes you through sport, normal, and eco. But then MTS takes you into your different terrain settings. Auto, dirt, sand, mud, and deep snow. I honestly think I'm just going to leave this thing in auto today. I drove a Lexus LX600 around here 2 days ago, and it did a fantastic job just staying in auto mode and figuring things out for itself. Our four-wheel drive selector is right here. You can see you push this thing down and up to put you into two-wheel drive. Push it down and down to put you into four high. And then I assume you have to be in neutral to go into four low here. Indeed, I just felt it shift. Cool, so we'll do a couple sections of this off-road course in low range mode, and then we'll do the last section in 4 high. So we'll actually go ahead and start in 4 high for this first section. It's just up a little gravel trail, and then we'll go ahead and put it into 4 low once we enter the off-road course. So again, I'm gonna be leaving this thing in auto and normal at first. Unless conditions are really bad, then we may have to put it in a slippery or a dirt setting just to make this thing not get stuck out there, which I don't really think it will with these tires and this ability of off-road aids here. So when I put it in 4 low here, you see your whole infotainment display turns into a front camera, side camera, so you can make sure you're not going to run over any obstacles. You also get your different degrees of, what's it called, pitch? That sounds right. That sounds like an airplane term or something. I don't know. But you get your different levels, your different degrees here down at the bottom of the infotainment screen. So pretty cool stuff here. Lots of cool off-road technology. What is it beeping at? I don't want you to beep. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and see what this Sequoia is like off-road. So under the hood of every Sequoia is a 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6 with hybrid assist that gives you a total power output of 437 horsepower and 583 foot-pounds of torque. And that is backed in every Sequoia by a 10-speed automatic. And 4x4 is standard in the TRD Pro, but if you do want a 4x2, you can opt for the base model SR5 and, I don't know, get a little bit better gas mileage, tow a little bit more with your two-wheel drive variant. This is still a body-on-frame truck, so you still get the body-on-frame ride quality. Just kind of makes every bump feel medium. All right, this is getting quite muddy already. This looks totally different than it did a couple of days ago when I was last over here. Straight into the mud we go. Pretty good grip with those Falcon all-terrain tires. After driving a few of these, ride quality isn't really the best, if I'm being honest. It's not terrible, but it's certainly not class-leading. Ooh, man. All right. To the nitty-gritty here. All right, so before we start this initial ascent onto the course, I'm gonna stick the Sequoia into 4 low. That is what they recommend for the beginning of this course here. And honestly, I kind of agree with them. I don't know why that thing is doing so much beeping. All right, we are in 4 low. We've got our cameras on. Let's go ahead and go up this hill. Cool.
Hi buddy, you've been around here before.
I have been, yeah, but it was a couple days ago when I was
so
last here.
It was much drier when you were here before, so
Right.
it's a little bit slick in places. So
Okay.
you need to be, basically there's less margin for error.
Okay.
So in other words, the other day when you were here, it would let you get away with a bit of dodgy steering here and there, or a bit of crappy positioning.
Right.
Not the end of the world, but there's just less option to do that.
Okay.
You're in low anyway. So
I am
good.
in low, yep.
This is relatively dull, but then the next one will kick you up a little bit, and you might find that it will kick you down to the right. I don't know, it's starting to dry out quite a bit as each car goes over it, so you should be all right.
Okay.
Yeah, but give it a go. And we've missed, you know, the water?
Yeah.
We've missed that out now.
Okay.
Because people are slipping. So when you come down here, you can see where that guy's standing, and you just see the top of those orange flags.
Oh yeah, I see him.
He's going to take you down there and then round that tree, and you see the second or the right hand rock. That's actually pretty slippery up there.
Okay.
Yeah, the one behind the tree.
Yeah, I see it.
So that's, so it's still pretty interesting.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. How's my line look for right here?
Yeah, you're fine,
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, this is compacting down as well.
Okay,
this
good.
morning this was super slick, but
Oh,
a
yeah.
few cars over it, and it's becoming like concrete again.
Can feel it slipping a little bit, but
Yeah,
not
a
too
little
bad.
bit, yeah, but your steering's pretty good right now. You're keeping it straight. So when you dump a bunch of steering on and it slips,
Yep.
no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Cool.
So try and maintain about that speed. So just keep it going.
Okay.
Bit of momentum. Go on, up you go. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit left. That's it.
All right, guys. Pretty impressive performance through there. Kind of feel that solid rear axle doing its thing on the uneven sections there. Pretty impressive turning circle there. Really, really impressive performance here from this front camera. The frame rate is awesome. So yesterday they had a river that we were fording over there, over that rock wall, but the rain has sort of deleted that from the course for us. So yeah, pretty impressive turning circle here. This is a very, very large SUV, but it's very maneuverable out here. All right, we've got a bit of a rocky section here now. I'm gonna try and keep some speed here so we don't get stuck. Whew. So yeah, testing out all that off-road performance there over that rocky section. You do get half an inch more ground clearance. Ooh, yeah, and you need it. You do get half an inch more ground clearance in the TRD Pro. We have 9.1 inches of static ground clearance. We also have 23 degrees of approach angle and 20 degrees of departure angle in this TRD Pro. Slightly higher speed section here now. You can get this thing up to 25, 30. Someone took out a cone there. See how slippery it actually is. Ooh, quite slippery. I think I want to be naughty and go into two-wheel drive. May have to do it on the fly here. Try and find the traction control button is just a toggle switch right here. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Slippery mud there. Oh wow, I probably don't want to be in two-wheel drive for this section. Plenty of torque from this iForce Max powertrain. Fills in a lot of the gaps. You've just got power everywhere. Woo! Some understeer through there. gonna slow it down, gets a little more technical here. Holy crap, this is deep. Oh boy. No problem for the Sequoia. When you drop below 10 miles an hour, you automatically get the camera to aid you in any technical situations. Or if you're coming from a Jeep Wrangler, whenever you decide you want to get stuck on purpose, the camera will be able to aid you in that as well. Ooh. I gotta be honest, this thing feels really controlled through here. I prefer the Sequoia off-road. I like it more off-road than I do on-road. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Ooh, able to drive this thing pretty spiritedly in this setting, even if you're understeering off the road like I am currently. Also got manual mode here. It's not really the most inspiring thing in the world, but it'll get the job done for you. All right, cool. There's a little taste of what the new Sequoia is like off-road. You can always appreciate an actual, like, serious off-road trim of a full-sized SUV with extra ground clearance, better tires, smaller wheels, cockpit red interior. Let's test out the wipers here. All right, well, cool, guys. That's going to wrap it up for us today on our brief off-road drive of this new TRD Pro Sequoia. Again, if you're curious to know more info on just the Sequoia in general, make sure to check out my video on the capstone trim. That'll take you through all the different luxuries and a little bit more in-depth information on street driving impressions of the Sequoia. Check this out. Your start button is a power button because it's a hybrid and it says TRD on it and it matches the cockpit red. Fun stuff. Cool, let's take you for one more walk around of the Sequoia and then that'll wrap it up for us today. Getting my hands a little bit muddy. What do you guys think looks wise? I think it's a really, really good looking SUV. I do wish they would have gone a little bit more unique from the Tundra, but I think it works out quite well. It works in the Sequoia's favor. Well, cool, guys. I hope you enjoyed this mild off-roading session in the Sequoia TRD Pro. This has been Substitute Topher filling in for the Topher today, and we'll see you guys real soon in the next video. Take care.